Good morning, beautiful people. I've been ill for 3 days, and there's so much to talk about when it comes to the things that I've purged from my body, or rather, my body has purged from itself, and all the things that have popped up for me, as emotions and thought patterns during this purging, especially during the night. It's been wild. But I'm recording another video because things haven't come to an end yet. So I'm recording another video, which I'm gonna post probably a little later during this week. And in that video, you'll be able to probably hear a little bit more about what I've been going through. The fruit diet I've actually started doing, even though I don't think of it as a diet. It's just something my body wanted me to start doing, and I started it, and now it turned into a diet. 3 days only fruits and a lot of water. But something that I wanted to talk about, we hold onto so much of the past. We're so unaware of that, and we resist it so much because we think it's wrong, it's incorrect, we shouldn't feel like this, we shouldn't think like this, blah, 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 blah. And we're holding on to it in this way. Instead of surrendering and letting it go, we're holding on to it. And now during this night today, my body was just purging all sorts of stuff. And I have to tell you, there was so much resistance that was coming up, among other things, which just leads me to the thought that there is a lot of like constant resistance that is in the back of my mind, resisting thoughts, resisting emotions unconsciously. And if we don't do something, meaning daily practice, during which we relax, we let go, we focus, be it meditation or breathing or something else, whatever is your case, it doesn't matter, whatever works for you. If we don't do it, we just get clogged, guys. We just get clogged. And what's worse than getting clogged? What's worse than getting clogged? Resisting it. And it's crazy because there is a lot of resistance connected to this clogging in first place. So just imagine, there is resistance, there is clogging, there is resistance to the clogging, no letting go, and at some point we just explode. Yeah, I mean, the lid has to come off. It's not sustainable at some point. And I sensed this very much during this night today. It was very difficult. For 4 or 5 hours, I was just struggling to surrender, I was struggling with surrendering. I was trying to focus, so many thoughts and emotions, all sorts of stuff, triggers coming up. And I was just trying to focus on the emotion, just stay with my body, not go into some stories in my mind. It was so difficult, so difficult. And I was feeling a lot of pain here in my jaw. And I was connecting this to resistance. I was just feeling how I'm resisting all of this to bubble up, come to the surface and be let go of by pushing it down from here, and from my forehead. Yeah, whatever that means to you. I hope you don't experience that. But if you do, just let me share this with you, that I believe this is from resistance. We are resisting those things. And by starting a daily practice or deepening our daily practice, which I have to be honest, I haven't been doing really that much lately. I've been doing specific things which are not that much connected to deepening myself into my mind, into really observing those emotions and thoughts and feeling detached from them. I've been doing other things, but nevertheless, I gotta tell you guys, we gotta stop resisting. We gotta start letting go bit by bit. We don't have to do it all at once because it's a lot and it's very, very heavy. Some of those emotions have been there and have been resisted for years. Some of those thoughts, we don't want to see, we don't want to hear. Well, it's not a pretty sight, but hey, if we come from this understanding that this is not who we truly are, there's still light at the end of the tunnel, yeah? If we really come from the understanding in those moments, this is not who we truly are. This is stuff we're purging for a reason, because this is not us. Otherwise, why would we purge them? Why would they come to the surface? Like, think of it as a kettle. Yeah, and when you start boiling water in a kettle, it wants to come out of it. Like this pressurized steam wants to come out of it. And it will, in one way or another, do that. And it's much better if it does it, especially when it comes to us, meaning humans. It's much better if it does it without much resistance, with more allowance, with acceptance. of just coming back to this understanding that that's not who we are, and we just gotta let it go. And that if it comes up, it's not gonna do us any bad. It's not gonna hurt us. Because most of the resistance comes from this, that there is an activation of some old memory, which we don't even remember that consciously, but we remember the feeling and the thought patterns. And we think this is gonna happen again, or that's how we feel, at least. Now something gets triggered. But that's not true. That's not true. It comes up in order to be released, because otherwise it's stored inside like in a jar under pressure. But it's got to crack at some point. Yep, it's gonna crack. So yeah, better now than later, or better later than never. I don't know, whatever works for you, but that's my experience, and I just wanted to share this. And if you are going through something like this, just know you're not alone, you're supported. I believe in you. I want you to feel empowered in those moments. And I know how difficult this is, because God Almighty, I mean, I've been going through this, and I've been feeling so alone and so much in despair. It's during some moments of this purging, especially during the night, because mind goes crazy, all sorts of things start happening, and you feel like the end is coming, but essentially the end is coming to this which is not you. And if you really remember that, whatever you might be going through right now, it might not be something similar to what I'm going through, but whatever you're going through, if you remember that essentially that's the end of not who you are. That's the end of something which has been there for a long time, and its place has never been there. Or let's look at it in a different way. Its place has been there in order for you to realize that it's never meant to be there, and that's not who you are. It's been there in order to teach you something more about yourself, so that you can see yourself much more clearly. Yeah. See you soon, guys. Love you all, and I'll keep you posted with this illness and this purging and this fruit diet. Ciao.